Hello, everybody, and I'm Titanium Giraffe, and boy, do I have the tale for you. That tale being the tale of me getting Terraria on console, playing it for 2.5 hours, and then forgetting that I had my mic on mute. So here we are, back in Terraria. I'm gonna make a new character and explain where I've been for the last ever and a half. I have been many places. A lot of which is more of a family issue that I'm not going to talk about here, but, I was at, PAX East 2013 because I do live around there, in the New England, Boston area, and, I was at PAX. I was there for all 3 days. I met some pretty cool people, including, Northern Lion. I'm gonna make that. Yeah, that looks pretty much like me. Put myself on normal, and there we go. Titan was that world that we made, and I will delete Titan and replace it with Titan. But, yeah, sucky thing is, I got a lot of great videos at PAX, and on the end of the second day, I went with a friend, and I went to go get a pretzel for both of us. Freaking PAX food is like $1 million. It's like $4 for a single pretzel, and this was like soft pretzel. Like a big soft pretzel was like $4.50 or just $4. I can't remember. Killing bunnies isn't cruel. I love killing bunnies, and I'm a sadistic bastard, so it might just further prove your point, but hey. If you don't know what Terraria is, this is pretty much Terraria. Terraria is a lot like Minecraft towards the beginning of the game. People get upset when you say that it's a lot like Minecraft, because it's not. I mean, in the beginning, you can't argue that point. In the beginning of the game, when you're just starting out, it's very reminiscent of Minecraft. You start out and you need to get wood, you know, all that cool stuff. The game actually was ported from PC to console recently, yesterday, I think. Yesterday being Thursday the 27th of March, or Wednesday the 27th of March. Damn, I fucking look like a sexy beast. Not only in this game, but in real life, too. But towards, like, I don't want to say end game, because it starts happening closer towards mid-game. The game takes a spin for the better. And by better, I mean better than Minecraft, in my opinion. Minecraft, it takes a lot from the game, and, hold on just a moment. Oh, sorry about that, but, it takes a lot from the game. Oh, shit, I did not realize I was drowning. Well, there you go, I'm shark food. If you noticed, I drown really quick there. That's something I find annoying about this game. How fast you drown. After your health goes down, your frickin' oxygen bar takes quite a bit to go down, actually. But after that, it's over, you're toast. I can't really explain much more at this point. I will explain as we go, but if you've played Minecraft, you should have a pretty solid idea of how you should start off playing Terraria. Really. And that is getting some wood, and I was lucky enough to start by a sort of a little depression in the earth that happens to have a lot of natural resources like iron in it, which is what I'm going for now. You'll notice that is a jellyfish. A jellyfish being just one of the many different types of like the many different creatures that you can encounter in Terraria, which is a far greater number than that of Minecraft. I personally think that this game was much better, but it limits your creativity. I feel it's a lot harder to make organic shapes, I think, in this game, because everything, like, you thought everything in Minecraft was a square, and I guess everything in Minecraft is a square, but, like, everything in this game, like, every building you make is pretty much a square. And I'm sure you Terraria builders will get mad at me for saying that, but and you have a reason to, because if you're good at building in this game and you're good at architecture-esque things in general, you should enjoy the building in this game, because it's a lot more rewarding, and I'll talk about that in, I don't know, a while, I guess. Because the way you build things affects overall feel of things, I guess. From living in a tiny little shack and defeating huge monsters, to living in living in some tiny little shack and defeating these massive beasts doesn't really feel right. You want to be some ultimate badass living in some giant fucking gold castle, like literally a solid gold castle, just like shitting out badassery every 10 seconds. And I'm probably gonna want this copper. You'll notice, unlike Minecraft, I actually start with a pickaxe, a sword, and a axe in this game, because once again, unlike Minecraft, you can't actually break things with just your fist. There's no actual way to select your fist. I think, like, you can't use your fist as anything. Like, if you were to just put nothing in your inventory and go over it, it would just do nothing, basically. Just kinda... I don't have any potions. I thought I would have gotten one from one of those, pots down there. Oh shit. As you can see, my health got kind of fucked up from that encounter earlier with slimes. You'll notice slimes dropped this stuff, gel. Gel is the description said it was both tasty and flammable. I've never eaten it before in the game. I don't know what it actually does, but it's used to make torches, basically. Let's go ahead and drown this goldfish so that it has nowhere to live. You know, your classic ecosystem destruction here, as well as fucking taking forever to destroy a block. I could just... God damn it, why didn't I just do that? Oh, the bunny's still alive. Well, no, it's not. Never mind. Sorry about that. Do I have any prefixes on this stuff to show you? Copper... Nope, I do not. However, when I do find one, I will show you. Fuck you, bitch. And yes, if you're wondering, I did model this character after myself in real life. And I think I did a pretty good job of it. You'll notice I'm switching between rectangles here. That's something new added in the console edition. When you press, I'm using a PlayStation controller. So those of you who aren't familiar with PlayStation, you've got your triggers. I'm sorry. I wanted to go in my inventory and sort things out a bit. There you go. So now I've got that on my D-pad. That's good. You've got an L1 and R1, and then L2 and R2. L2 sort of being where Xbox controllers triggers would be, and L2 and R2 are and then you got like an L3, what's called L3 and R3, which are if you push down on the analog sticks, they'll sort of make a click, and that's another button. Well, if you hold R3 in this console version, you'll actually switch between rectangles. The one that I prefer is the free-flowing rectangle, rather than, or at least when I'm placing blocks or mining blocks, or at least mining specific ores. But the other one is sort of like if you're mining in a straight line, it'll sort of do it for you. And something I found amazing that I think 505 did 505 being the people who ported this game from PC to console. What I think they did an amazing job with players used to hate, or at least I hated it, and I know plenty of other people who share my opinion on this. To sort of, because of the fact that the game's in like a, I don't want to say platformer-esque. Oh, there's a heart container already. I didn't find that until like 20. God damn it! Did I? Shit! I died of poison. That's fucking bad. Whatever. Cave's not that far down. Ah, shit, I don't have a hammer either. I might want to do that now. Here. I'll chop down this tree. Find for a place to put it. And then I will craft a workbench. Place that motherfucker right here. When I'm standing next to a workbench and then I go into my crafting menu, I get a whole bunch more crafting options, which is sort of how crafting in this works. There are no recipes, it's just you get certain things, and then you'll be able to build certain things with those materials. But I can use this hammer to destroy things like furniture, that heart that you might have saw in the corner of your eye down there, what that does, it's called a life crystal, and what it actually does is increases the amount of hearts you have. Like in the top right, you'll see I have 5 hearts, and if I get a heart container, I will get I'll get a 6th heart container, or if I get a life crystal, I'll get a 6th heart container. Something I find annoying in the console port is that if you get hit, I don't know if it's going to be this way the entire game, like when I'm fighting bosses, I don't know, I think this would be terrible for balancing, but I lose a quarter of a heart, and there's a giant worm, which is sort of a burrowing enemy, but I only lose a quarter of a heart, whereas in the original game you actually have a start of 200 life points, I think, or 100 life points. I don't know, it's some number, some multiple of 100. Alright, here, let's fuck him up. And when you take damage, you'll see those numbers. It'll say that I've taken like 20 hits, 20 points of damage, but it'll only make me lose a quarter of a heart, which might actually even be a bug. I don't know. But another one. Holy crap! We're getting very lucky with life crystals. This is good. I'm gonna go ahead and use both of these right now. There you go. You notice that my heart containers in the top right went up. Some recipes don't require a workbench, torches being one of them. Torches uses 1 gel and 3 wood. So I just made a bunch of torches, and I want to change those so that they're here, and I'll also put healing potion right there. Here we go. So now that you know a little bit about the game, I feel like I can continue and then just explain the rest as it goes on. And these ores that I'm mining, like the copper ore, the iron ore, and eventually silver and gold ore, and many more to come after that. These are used to build better tools. Copper is the worst out of all, which is why you could probably infer that it's the most common. Then it goes iron, then silver, then gold, and then it's sort of, I don't know, it's mostly personal preference. I know the meteor is better than demonite, but they're pretty much the same. There's demonite, hellstone, and meteor. Hellstone, of course, being the best out of the 3. And I think it goes demonite, then meteor, then hellstone, but it really doesn't matter, I guess. If you want to min-max, if that's your thing, you can go ahead and go with all hellstone stuff. But I personally think that the demonite armor looks the coolest out of almost any armor set in the game. I don't know, though, because supposedly they added new armor sets, which I'm actually excited for, along with new, like, ultimate tools, I guess, is what they call them. I don't know. But endgame endgame content in this game is actually really well done, but really hard as well. Sorry, my headphones are a bit. Yeah, there we go. They were caught in a chair. How endgame content works in this game is they added this big boss called the Wall of Flesh, where you go all the way down to the bottom of the map, to a place called the Underworld, and you drop a voodoo doll into the lava, and it summons this huge wall of flesh that goes across the whole map, sort of, all the way across hell, and you have to kill it before it reaches the other end of the map, or you die. I think. Yeah, you'll just sort of die if it hits you, or you're in it for too long. And after you beat it, yeah, that's copper. After you beat it, it activates something called hard mode, which activates a whole bunch of new enemies. as well as some new bosses that were actually intended originally. I think Regigit said that the original intention for the bosses were to make it so you would need at least 3 or 4 people to beat them. They were very difficult.